guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. We are back with part 3 of the series where I test and review new and or viral beauty products. We have a lot of fun stuff to talk through in today's video. I have shampoos, conditioners, moisturizer, sunscreen, tinted sunscreen, lip treatments, a lot of fun new makeup, a perfume, so I am excited to dive into it with you guys. But before we do, I do want to make sure that I'm saying at the start of this video that a lot of these items for this video this time around were sent to me in PR. So this is not a sponsored video. There was no obligation to post and review any of these products when I received them, but I just want to make sure I'm keeping things transparent with you guys. So in the description box below, I will put an asterisk next to anything that was sent to me in PR. But hopefully by now, you guys know that getting something in PR does not sway my opinion on the product. I will always keep things 100% honest 100% of the time. And you will 100% see that in this video. All right, we have a lot of products to talk through. I think I have almost 20 different products for today's video. So without further ado, let's just dive into it. All right, let's start off with skincare products first. This is a new launch from Kopari called the Moisture Whipped Ceramide Cream. This is supposed to be a lightweight cream that restores and strengthens your skin's barrier while locking in hydration and leaving your skin feeling smooth, supple, and moisturized. Sounds right up my alley. There are so many incredible ingredients in this moisturizer that will soften, nourish, moisturize, and hydrate the skin, including things like squalane, shea butter, lecithin, jojoba oil, ceramides, phospholipids, adansonea oil, watermelon oil, cholesterol, and hyaluronic acid. Plus, it is fragrance-free if you have sensitive skin, and that's a concern for you. So definitely very impressed by the ingredients in this moisturizer, and equally impressed with the texture of the product. It does feel whipped. It's kind of hard to explain without you being able to feel it, but there's this whipped element to it that feels very, very nice on the skin. It's definitely unique to my moisturizer collection. I don't own anything else that feels like this, but I really, really love it. And even though it is a thicker, more occlusive cream, it still feels relatively lightweight on the skin. It's not something that's going to feel super crazy heavy, but it's just really nice and softening and nourishing, and really does leave my skin feeling moisturized all day long. And I feel like it just looks nice and glowy, but it doesn't look greasy at all. The dry down is really good. So all in all, I think this is an awesome moisturizer. However, it is $42. You guys know me, I'm never going to tell you that you need to spend that kind of money on a moisturizer. There are so many drugstore moisturizers that I love that are a fraction of the cost. So you definitely don't need this, but if you're interested in splurging, if this sounded intriguing to you, I don't think you'll be let down. It really is a beautiful moisturizer. If you have dry skin, I think you would like it all day long. If you're oily, especially in the winter, it would be a really nice nighttime moisturizer. It's just good. I've been reaching for it a lot. But something that I wasn't as impressed with from Kopari is their Tri-Peptide Lip Cloud. This is supposed to be a hybrid sheer lip plumping oil and peptide treatment that visibly plumps and nourishes lips as soft and bouncy as a cloud. I was so excited to try this product out when I received it in PR because I'm obsessed with lip oils and treatments, and the marketing and packaging and everything for this product was so cute and dreamy. And anything that's described as a cloud, I'm required to try by law. Plus, this has so many nice ingredients in it for your lips, a lot of nourishing oils like castor seed, coconut, apricot, rice bran. It also has hyaluronic acid, so I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna find my new favorite lip treatment here. But unfortunately, I did not. This was just such a letdown to me for a lot of different reasons, but the biggest reason is definitely because it doesn't feel like clouds on your lips at all. It actually feels quite gritty. I actually had 2 of these in my PR package, and normally when I get 2 of a product, I don't open the other one. I give it away immediately because I don't need 2 of anything. But because of this situation, I was like, well, maybe this was a fluke. Maybe I just got a bad one. I'm gonna test the other one out just to be sure. And sure enough, I had the same issue with that as well. It felt gritty, like I had little granules on my lips, almost like I had tiny pieces of sand on my lips. Yeah, not cloud-like at all. Plus, it's super, super minty, like too minty for my personal preference. So for all of those reasons, this just did not work out for me. I was so sad because I had really high hopes for it. There are so many Kopari products that I love, but this unfortunately was not one of them. Next, we have the Summer Friday Shade Drops Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Milk Sunscreen. I feel like this is one of those products that has been slowly building in popularity over time, but whenever I hear people talk about it, I only ever hear positive things. So I was really intrigued by this because everyone seems to love it. It's supposed to be a lightweight mineral sunscreen that glides over the skin like a serum. And to clarify, this is not the tinted version, it is untinted, but they did recently come out with some tinted options of this sunscreen as well. So this again is a mineral sunscreen. The active ingredient is zinc oxide, and on top of that, there are actually tons of nice ingredients. I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. I don't really know why, I just wasn't, but this has ingredients like argan oil, vitamin E, squalane, shea butter, bisabolol, phospholipids, urea, and it's fragrance free. This is definitely not my favorite sunscreen to actually apply to my skin. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just that when I think about all the other sunscreens that I love that glide on my skin like silk, this is not quite as elegant as those. I do have to work with it a little bit to make sure that it's rubbed in evenly without streaks. And honestly, it kind of smells like Play-Doh, which I just don't love. You know, it's not really something I want to be smelling when I'm rubbing skincare on my face, but aside from that, once it's fully rubbed in and absorbed, it does dry down really quickly and it's so, so lightweight. It literally feels like you have nothing on the skin, so I do really like that about it. And it does dry down completely naturally. So it's not going to make your skin look greasy. It doesn't enhance your shine, but it's also not matte. So it is really nice in that sense for anyone that doesn't want a sunscreen that manipulates the finish of their skin. So overall, it's a really nice sunscreen. I totally understand why so many people love this, but I wonder if any of those people have tried all of the Asian sunscreens that I love, because those are still definitely my favorite over this. So if you have not yet seen my top 10 favorite Asian sunscreens video, I will list that below. So many incredible options in that I think blend nicer into the skin and just feel a little bit nicer. But again, if you want something that you can just pick up here in the US, that's water light, that does not manipulate the finish of your skin, then I think that you would enjoy this if you're okay with it not being an SPF 50. Next, we have a new launch from Tula called their Radiant Skin Brightening Serum Skin Tint with Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This is supposed to be a weightless, breathable skin tint that has buildable light to medium coverage, offers 12-hour wear, and a brightening, radiant finish. And it's available in 30 shades. This is a chemical sunscreen. The active ingredients are avobenzone and octisalate, and this also has tons of nice ingredients like argan oil, vitamin E, a probiotic ferment, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and bisabolol. Very impressive ingredients so far in today's video. The consistency of this skin tint is definitely not as lightweight as I was expecting based on the description. I think that it's a little bit wet and tacky, especially when you compare it to something like this Summer Friday sunscreen. This is truly lightweight. This is not that same kind of thing. So when they say that it's breathable and lightweight, it's not heavy on the skin, but it's not like this. When I apply this with fingers, I think it blends fine, but I just don't love applying anything like this with my fingers. I always reach for a beauty sponge instead. I think that the process is just a lot easier and gives me a lot more of a seamless, flawless blend and finish. So with the sponge, I think it blends beautifully and it gives a really, really nice dewy and also radiant finish to the skin without it being overboard. So it's not nearly as intensely luminous as something like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Not going to give you that super, super highlighted effect, but does give you a little boost in the radiance department, which I think is really pretty. Honestly, at first, I was very impressed by this product. I think it really does make your skin pop. But I think that the powder that you pair with this can really make or break how it wears on the skin. I've definitely worn this with powders that just don't agree with it, and my skin looks really greasy by the end of the day, and the product just doesn't look nice. However, if I use this with the right kind of powder, then I think it holds up really well and still looks nice on my skin at the end of the day. So here in this footage, I am using the new Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powder. We'll talk about this in a little bit. It's a beautiful powder and it works really, really well with this Tula skin tint. So overall, definitely not my favorite skin tint of all time, but I actually think that it's pretty dang good, especially if you're someone that has normal to dry skin and you want that boost in radiance without it looking like you have highlighter all over your face. If that's what you're looking for, before, I think you may enjoy it. All right, let's move on to hair care next. First up, we have a new launch from Briogeo called the Scalp Revival Mega Strength Dandruff Relief Shampoo. This is claimed to be a powerful yet gentle shampoo for those with scalp itching, irritation, redness, or flaking due to dandruff, psoriasis, and seborrheic dermatitis. It's supposed to help to eliminate flaking and irritation without stripping the hair of moisture. I was really excited to try this because my seborrheic dermatitis that I have just on a spot on the back of my head has been flaring up more than normal lately, and I feel like I've just been dealing with a little bit more itchiness and discomfort on my scalp than I'm used to. So I honestly think I'm gonna have to start washing twice a week, which is a story for another time. But because of that, I was really excited to try this out. There are so many nice ingredients in this that can help with itch and irritation. So those ingredients include 3% salicylic acid, lactic acid, charcoal, tea tree oil, peppermint oil, coconut oil, hyaluronic acid, and then on top of that, all of the cleansing agents in this are gentle and non-stripping. So those are all ingredients that I've looked into for scalp health before. There are so many great things here that can help to exfoliate, lift away those flakes, help to relieve itch. So that is really exciting to see. I feel like they really nailed it. The only thing is, if you have a scalp condition like psoriasis or seborrheic dermatitis, number one, you of course always want to consult with your dermatologist to make sure that something like this would work for you and not actually cause further irritation. But number two, if you have broken open skin as a result of one of those conditions, this is not something that I would recommend using because those essential oils and those acids could just end up really causing irritation. The consistency of this shampoo is like a lightweight gel cream. It foams up nicely. It's easy to use. I have no complaints, but really nothing else to say about it. And I did use this for the first time this week in my wash day routine, and I did a double shampoo with it. So shampoo, rinse, shampoo again, rinse again, but I actually made sure to let this sit on my scalp for a few minutes each time before rinsing. I wanted to make sure that my scalp had enough time to actually be exposed to those ingredients to get the benefit of them. Otherwise, if I were to just apply this and immediately rinse, I feel like I maybe wouldn't have felt as much of a difference in my scalp as I did. So with only one use, or I guess technically two, because I did 2 shampoos in 1 shower, but with only one wash day routine, my scalp felt so much better. It wasn't itchy anymore. Oh my gosh, it was such a relief. But overall, in just using this one time, I am already a huge fan, which I'm really excited about. The only thing that I'm not excited about is the price point. I feel like this is so overpriced. It's $42 for 8.4 fluid ounces. Is that right? Yep, that's right. And Briogeo is not an affordable brand, so it's not like I'm expecting this to be $5, but even when I compare it to some of their other products, like their Superfoods shampoo and conditioner, for example, they have little packs of those where you can get a shampoo and a conditioner for $52, so only $10 more than this, but both the shampoo and conditioner have 12.5 ounces of product. And again, this only has 8.4. Like, even if they lowered this by $10, I don't know. I'm sure that that's going to be a deal breaker for a lot of you, which I totally understand. But if you're okay spending that amount of money and you have been dealing with itchiness and discomfort on the scalp, it's one to look into for sure. Then we have the new Amika Hydro Rush shampoo, conditioner, and leave-in conditioner. I did talk about their Dream Routine overnight hydration treatment, which is part of the same collection. And was it my first viral products video? Can't remember which one, but I'll list it below. And in that video, I talk all about my thoughts on hydrating hair products, products with things like hyaluronic acid, and why I think that they're just not necessary in the way that they are marketed. So I'm not going to re-explain all of that here. Again, that video is listed below if you want to hear my thoughts, but a lot of you have asked me to test out these products and let you know my thoughts. So that's what I did, so I can talk to you about them today. So this entire range of products was created for anyone with dry, textured, or coarse hair. And again, the focus of this range is to moisturize / hydrate the hair, which the shampoo has gentle cleansing agents in it, so no sulfates or any deep cleansing ingredients, and it has a lot of different oils in it, so things like squalane, sea buckthorn, sesame seed oil, and coconut oil. This is a creamy shampoo that does feel nice, but for me personally, it just does not have enough cleansing power to really remove heavy buildup and oils on my scalp as someone who has an oily scalp and is an infrequent washer. So if you have a similar hair type to me or you don't wash very often, I don't think that this by itself will be enough for you. But if you have a really dry scalp or you wash frequently, something like this could be really nice to throw in because it's just a gentler option. Both the conditioner and leave-in conditioner have all of those same oils as the shampoo, plus some other ingredients to condition like shea butter and quaternary ammonium compounds, but they are silicone free, which is why I want to talk about them together because I feel like that definitely impacted my experience. Similar to the shampoo, I would say both of these have creamier textures for the type of product that they are as well. So the conditioner does feel really nice, and the leave-in conditioner is kind of like a milky, lightweight cream spray. Also, they smell incredible, like all Amika products. So even though these products smell and feel amazing, the issue that I had is that my hair was just not properly detangled when I used all of them together. After I got out of the shower, I had a lot of really, really small knots in my hair, which never happens to me if I'm using silicone-based conditioners. So a lot of small knots that were difficult to separate. And then as the week went on, small knots kept forming. It's like my hair just didn't have the coating that it needed to prevent the formation of tangles like that. So I personally think that that happened because these products are silicone-free. Whenever I'm using conditioner and leave-in conditioner that have added silicones, that does not happen to me. My hair detangles so easily. I don't get the small knots like that in my hair. So that's my best guess. Maybe it was because of something else, but I really think it was because of that. I feel like I cannot live without silicones. They are a must for my hair. The last hair care product is actually from Jones Road. I was really confused when I got this in PR because Jones Road is a newer makeup brand founded by Bobbi Brown. So I was not expecting to get a hair product from them, but this is a collaboration in partnership with a hairstylist. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to try, but from the way that this was described, it's like a passion friendship project between Bobbi Brown and this hairstylist. So this is supposed to be a miracle universal hair balm that is lightweight and all-in-one styling cream, helps to increase shine, protect against heat damage, and fight frizz while strengthening, repairing, and conditioning the hair. And it is formulated to work across all hair types and textures. Not really a ton going on here as far as ingredients, especially given all of the claims of this product. So this does have some quartz, castor oil, vegetable and pea protein, but that's kind of it. There's a ton of essential oils in this. I thought that was kind of random. This is a lightweight cream that feels nice, feels fine, but just didn't do anything remarkable for my hair. I definitely prefer all of my other go-to leave-in creams and lotions over this. This is the one product that I feel bad not talking positively about because it's this like friendship project between the two. And I just don't want to knock on something like that someone, you know, worked really hard to create with Bobbi Brown. So I'll just leave it at that. It wasn't bad, but for $34, I was just like, you know. All right, let's move on to makeup, starting off with the Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powder. This is supposed to be a silky smooth, lightweight, loose setting powder that beautifully blurs and mattifies makeup for longer wear. This is freaking amazing. I feel like I haven't tried a powder that I have been this in love with in the longest time, and this officially broke that spell. I feel like this is the perfect setting powder for oily skin because it definitely does tone down oils, but it doesn't make your skin look dry. Like when I think about the Laura Mercier setting powder, I'm like, yeah, that mattifies, but it also makes your skin look dry. And this Sigma powder does not do that. I feel like it creates this soft, diffused look on the face and it locks makeup in place all day long. So you probably won't love it if you have dry skin, but for anyone that has normal to oily skin that is sick of those setting powders that look like highlighter on the face, yes. Next is the REM Beauty Sweetener Concealer. This is supposed to be a soft matte finish concealer with customizable coverage, and it can be used to conceal, correct, highlight, brighten, contour, and carve. Normally, if I saw claims like that with a concealer, I'd be like, no, you don't have enough shades to make all those claims. But they do. There are 60 shades available on this concealer. Insane. So this is definitely a very creamy concealer, but compared to a lot of other cream concealers that I've tried that feel wet and tacky and maybe a little bit sticky, this is not like that at all. It has much more of a dry feel to it, and with a sponge, I think that it blends beautifully and has such a nice natural finish under the eyes. It definitely can look really heavy and cakey and creasy if you use too much product, so if you're going to test this out, less is more, but if I just use a tiny bit and blend it out with a sponge, I actually really, really like how this looks. So the only powder that I've been setting this concealer with is the new Sigma powder, and I'll just pick up a little bit of that with this NARS concealer brush. I will list this below. I don't know what it is about the combination of these three products, but they work so well together. I feel like I have the perfect amount of coverage without it being too sheer, but without it being too full and heavy looking. And my concealer lasts all day without creasing when I wear these products together. I'm including this brush because I feel like there's something about this brush that applies powder on top of concealer really nicely. The only downside is that once it is set with powder, I feel like it does look a little bit dry. It's definitely not one of those concealers that's really hydrating and illuminating and brightening. So if you're looking for that, I don't think that you'll love this. But if you're more interested in longevity and crease prevention, and you're okay letting the rest of your face be the focal point for glow, then I think that you would really love it. Next is a new Fenty Beauty matchstick in the Shimmer Skinstick formula. So they have this matchstick in contour shades and now highlight shades. I purchased the shade Ice Cream, and you guys know I've been really into illuminating sticks like this. So I was excited to try it out, but pretty let down. I feel like this is just very average for me. I'm definitely okay with a little bit more of a toned down highlight, but I still want it to, I don't know, bring life and light to my face in a pretty way. And I just don't feel like I get that with this product. I think it's probably because it's not super pigmented, and then also it's a pretty dry formula. So I feel like the combination of those things just makes this, yeah, a bit average for me. So not a bad product, just not something that I'm happy I purchased. But I am happy that I purchased this from Fenty Beauty. This is the new Eaze Drop Lit All Over Glow Enhancer. So their version of a liquid luminizer. When I first saw this, I was like, oh God, not another one. But this is actually one of my favorites that I've ever tried because it's more subtle. It's not so crazy intense. This feels so nice to apply to the skin. It's lightweight, it's hydrating, it's refreshing, and it just leaves my skin with such a beautiful, diffused, glowy, radiant finish. It's not nearly as intense as so many of the other popular highlighting products these days that I feel look like you have highlighter all over your face and can look really greasy and also emphasize pores and texture. This does not do any of those things for me. So I think it's really nice under foundation because it definitely does give you a bit of a glow, but it's just subtle. It's not over the top. So I saw a lot of negative reviews on this product saying it just wasn't glowy enough, but that's exactly why I love it. So if you have been interested in a glow enhancing primer like this, but everything else you've tried has just been too crazy, definitely look into this one. Speaking of pores, we have the new Nudestix Blot and Blur Matte Stick. This is supposed to be a cream to powder stick that blots for a matte, smooth look. I had very low expectations when I received this in PR. I almost decided to just immediately give it away without even trying it because I was like, how much can that really work? I feel like I never enjoy products like this. So I had very low, if not just like no expectations at all, which made me even more blown away when I tried this. So this isn't a product that I apply all over my face, but you definitely could because it has a really lightweight, dry texture. It's not waxy and balmy, which is often what I would expect with a stick product like this. Nothing like that. Really nice to apply underneath makeup or sunscreen, and it really helps to tone down the look of oils. What was that? It really helps to tone down the look of oils and minimize the appearance of pores. I was so impressed when I tried this. So for me, again, this is not a product that I put all over my face. It's really just something that I focus on areas where my pores are a bit more visible and I'm more susceptible to looking oily. But even with just a little bit of this, again, under sunscreen or foundation, wow, it makes a difference. This makes me so excited. Lacquer recently launched this lip and tip collection, which includes matching lip lacquers and nail polish, which is like my favorite thing ever. Lip gloss and nail polish. Doesn't get better than that. So when you match them, okay. The jelly balms are the new product, so that's really what I wanted to talk about, but I feel like I have to really quickly shout out Lacquer nail polish in general. Yes, these three shades are all cute, but this brand makes the cutest, trendiest nail polish colors of all time. I have seen so many comments recently asking what nail polish I have on my nails, and I'm not kidding, every single time it is Lacquer. So I'm going to try to do a better job of leaving the shade of polish that I have on my nails in the description boxes of all of my videos, since I'm getting a lot more questions on that. But when in doubt, check out Lacquer. I'm not kidding, I have an entire nail polish salon organizer of nail polish, and it is only Lights Lacquer. It's literally all I wear. But again, I really just wanted to talk about these jelly balms because I have been obsessed with these. I've been wearing these nonstop. They are so adorable. They are, I would say, sheer to light in coverage, and they're definitely not as slippery and slick as something like a lip oil, but they're still super comfortable to wear. They're really shiny on the lips, and these shades are so freaking cute. So the first shade is called Miss Honey. It is a warmer toned kind of nudie brown. The second shade is called Alyssa. It's a really pretty pink with a hint of a purple undertone. And the third shade, which I have been wearing the most, is Das Expensive. This is a sheer gloss with a lot of glitter in it, and it just looks so beautiful and shiny and reflective on the lips. I need to put more on right now. Ew, why do I look so crusty? Second to last, we have these Saie Beauty Lip Blurs. These are supposed to be comfortable, buildable matte lipsticks for a soft focus to full coverage look. I would actually consider these to be just full coverage right away with one swipe. I feel like they're very intensely pigmented, and they definitely have more of a natural matte finish. And in general, I would say I just don't love the look of matte full coverage lips anymore. But how I really enjoy wearing these is blurred out on the lips. So if I apply them, rub my lips together, and then take my finger to really rub away a lot of that color, it does leave you with a really, really pretty, blurred, blotted, kind of stained lip look. They have 6 different shades here that I think are all going to be really nice as we transition into fall because they're a little bit deeper. We have some reds and oranges and berry tones, and normally I am not into colors like this, especially when it's a full coverage, high pigment lip. But when they are blotted out and with a gloss on top, I think that they're really pretty for something a little bit different. And last is a perfume called Vacation from the brand Vacation Sunscreen. So Vacation Sunscreen has a lot of different sunscreens, and I guess they are really known for how they smell. They're supposed to have such a yummy, summery smell. So when I saw that they had a perfume, I was like, okay, obviously I have to buy it. This smells so good. It has a lot of different fragrance notes, including things like coconut water, pineapple, banana, musk, bergamot, pool water, swimsuit lycra, and sea salt. Whatever that means, but it just works. This literally smells like sunshine in summer. So I know this isn't super timely because we're transitioning into fall, but I actually love wearing fragrances like this that feel like summer when it doesn't feel like summer outside. When it's cold and gloomy and dark and gross, something like this just really lightens my mood. So if you deal with seasonal blues like me, maybe you want to stock up in preparation. All right, you guys, those are all the products that I wanted to cover. So we are going to wrap this up here. I hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Have you tried any of these products already? Are you interested in testing anything out after watching this video? If so, as always, everything is going to be listed and linked in my description box below. And if you enjoyed the video and would like to see a part 4, let me know that in the comments as well, but also give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click on that notification bell and send my channel to a friend. Thank you so much for doing those things. Your support means the world. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much. Make sure to stay tuned for my next video because that will be up in a few days. But until then, I hope you have a great few days.